Well. Hello again and welcome to Art with Mad Mel. Guess who this is? I'm the Madman. Hello, and yes. Hi, Demetra. Thank you for being here. And any other mad ones that are here, thank you for showing up. Anyways, so tonight, we're almost, like the title says, 4 more days until the show. And this is all I got to do left. Right here. I got to finish these tonight because they have to dry. I have to get them set ready, and then I have to put the sealant on them. They go to the wall. Yeah, that's where they go. That's where they go to dry, basically. So I need them to go up. So that's what I'm going to be working on tonight. The little ones, I really do hope I can get to them, but I may or may not. That might be just something I diddle on and no, doodle on, I should say. Damn, gotta be careful how you say shit now. So I might doodle on these at the thing, right? So that might be something I'll do. But first of all, I want to show you guys the covers because I got them done. All of them are finished. So that's going to be the first thing that we do tonight. So how is everybody's, what is this, Tuesday? How's everybody's Tuesday today? Huh. I wonder, is everybody having a good Tuesday? Wow, I really scuffed my elbow. Let me tell you what happened to me. I got to do something completely different today. Wow. Guess what I got to do? I got to do something involving with the engine. I had to change a part that I've never changed before. And that was hectic. And I lost a tool in the process. It was a, lack of better words, it was slightly a mess. But I got it fixed and I got it put together. You know, gotta think positive, right? So I got it put back together and I got it reassembled. And it's working fine. It was a thermostat, apparently, on a engine. Wow. Mine is peaceful. That's good. That's very good. Great. I'm happy that you're having a peaceful Tuesday so far. You know, that's good. Can't complain about that. So, let's see. What is going on so far? Oh, also, printing tomorrow. I got to print the covers. And a little thing that happened today that kind of made me mad and almost sent me over the damn edge. And I'm better now. I'm better now. I took my flash drive, unbeknownst to me now knowing, but I have a large capacity flash drive. I think it may not be working anymore after this situation. I took it to said establishment. I'm not going to give them any flack because, you know, the guy didn't know and he wasn't really paying attention. So there's that. But went to get a quote on getting these covers that you're going to see here in a minute. And yeah, the flash drive now is not responsive. It doesn't even show up, which I think the whole thing is corrupted or something happened, because I think you have to eject that type of flash drive. Whatever. Anyways, we're going to go to the screen so I can show you guys what we're looking at here. So this is going to be for the Pillow Man, right? I'm just going to use this for the Pillow Man cover. Why not? I don't care. You know, they don't know. But we're going to go here first. So first things first, this is the Mario and Luigi, the Mario Bros. You know, I just said it that way just so that way if Nintendo ever tries to come after me, they won't, you know. And yeah, it's got some light here, you know. I wanted it to look kind of bright. Of course, we got the normal monster cover, which I don't think I'll be able to take these because it's a family-oriented situation. You know, so that might be something I just keep in the box in case if they want to see something a little bit more grittier. I'm all about my piece nowadays. That's good. That's good. Then I got the Shinobi cover. This one's going to be nice. You know, I like how that came out. And as I showed some other people, the hair really set the deal here for this as well. And then we got the one I was working on recently. And here that one is. There's the fantasy cover. It's finally done, right? So this is what the cover of that looks like. Definitely cover art, you know. Now it looks like, you know, normal comic book silly stuff. So, yeah, this came out. That's the fantasy one. And then, hold on. I get DPI is very high on this mouse sometimes. And then we got the other cover here, the digitizer, right, for the Nightmare Fuel. We got that guy here. Wild Rusted West. Can't wait for that one. That one's beautiful, all those robots. The sampler. This one is going to be the cover for the sampler. And then, of course, the other one. The other one I have here, which I was trying to get this open before we started. But I didn't get that one. I think it's up here. It may not be up here. Dadgummit, it's not. It was also on the drive. Anyways, there's some other covers I have somewhere else that's not here. Oh, I know where it's at. Let me get that. Know exactly where it's at. And then we'll get some music started. Let me see. Where are you? No, that's not the one. Nah, shoot. Well, it's not here anyways. It's supposed to be for the pin-ups. So I was going to take that one too. Damn. It's in here. Hold on. I'm trying to rush this. I need to take my time. That's been my whole damn issue today. I've been rushing everything I've been doing. It's been all rush, right? Instead of just calming down and taking my time, I've been rushing against the clock. And it shows, you know. I can feel it. And it's kind of silly. So I want to just take a moment here and look for it because I have a lot of stuff. Okay, so it's not here, right? Or is it? No, it's not. It's in a different. I think it's actually in the coloring book folder. Yep. It's in the covers. That's right. And that one. So there's all relax, calm down. Yeah, I know. Look, I've been like this ever since I was working on the card today. After I was working on the card, I kind of just threw everything and my whole damn day off. Like my whole day's been a mess since then. So we'll pull this back till there, and then we'll do it one more time for everybody. So Mario Bros, the Monster Book, Shinobis, the fantasy cover, right? Then we got the Nightmare Fuel with the Technomancer on there, Wild Rusted West. Then the little cuties with the mage. You know, I just wanted to have that. I know the leg looks a little weird, but whatever. The sampler cover, and then I'm going to use that for probably either a mixed bag or use that for the Pillow Man. I'm still up in the air about that. But either way, those are the covers so far. And then, so I just wanted to show you guys that. And we're going to go on ahead and go over here to the table. So now we can get the show started. You guys get to see all the handy dandy fun stuff. I'll go on ahead and get these done today. So the idea, dang, that's bright. All right, let's chill that out a little bit. Well, see, that's always the problem with this light. Damn. Okay, whatever. I need a better light. That's all it is. I just need a bigger, taller light. All right, so idea. And I'm just going to go through these, each one. And then as I go through them, I'm just going to tighten it up, finish it up, you know, get them squared away. I want to zoom in some. There we go. Yeah, that's good. All right. There we go. Now we got some light. Okay. Get some music going, shall we? Beautiful covers. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Put a lot of work in it. The the idea out of all this, I'm just going to talk for a minute. Shit, why not? Like, why not? Sometimes it's okay just to talk and don't have to have that damn music on. So, the idea is, yes, I want to take the paintings, I want them to be able to be there, and I want to be able to show them and have them as a, something that people can see, for exposure reasons and etc. But also, another reason, too, is, the coloring books are really what I want to focus on, because, everybody looks at paintings and, I want what I want from my paintings. Let's just be real here. If I made these paintings and I want the price that I'm asking for, and some of these you guys have seen the work, and yeah, I want a decent amount for some of these paintings. So I'm not expecting to sell them at this event. I'm doing them because I want them part of the itinerary that I have, and there are people who have seen them that are interested. But if they do buy them, that would be great, but I'm not going with the expectation that that's what will happen. Now, the coloring books, on the other hand, that in itself, yeah, people love the coloring books. Who doesn't like a coloring book, right? And I think coloring books are fun. It's like, it would be like a guilt-free purchase. You buy a painting, it's like, oh man, now you might say, okay, well, this might be cool. I know exactly where I want to put this, or I know exactly what I want to do with that. Fine, and that's also cool. But, with the coloring book, it's versatile. You can take it anywhere you want to. Gives you freedom. I have to put covers on them because that was a little bit too much freedom. It's overwhelming. I understand that now. Some people aren't able to grasp that type of concept of color your own cover. That's a little too much, right? Especially when they're not used to what one of my mad ones said. Most of my work is highly detailed, and some people get intimidated by the detail, and it makes them feel like, oh man, I don't know what to do. And I never thought of it that way. So I might have to go through, and I think I'm going to do one. I have one that I'm going to try to do with little bitty, like a space cat, right? I'm just going to draw a space cat in a suit. I have a stamp that has one, but, it might be interesting as it was brought to my attention. Give it a try. Try one yourself. Make one yourself. So I give that a try. I just want to put the white outline on this, so that way it's ready to go. But knowing for next time, that print shop I did go to, it'll be a nice place to revisit later with a different flash drive. They have higher capacity machines, very intense machines, so that's a good thing. It would just take a week to be able to do it because they would have to get like color bleed and all that other. It was a lot of technical stuff, and that machine is more. It has different technology than a normal laser printer machine, right? This is like a industrial size machine. This place it looked like a damn warehouse where I went because the machines were very large. So, hey Marvell, how you doing? Thank you for popping in. Yes, I'm doing some tidying up of these paintings before I get ready to take them to this event. So what I'm doing here, and as you can see, I'll show you because I actually have two cameras. It's cold. It's freaking cold, and I forgot about it from last time. But hello, so you can see I'm actually a real person. I'm not some AI sitting here and is fake. But anyways, I have all these paintings I've done, and I have a 9.5 hour stream. I did majority of these, the big brunt work of it. So that's up on the channel, on the main page. When you come to the Mad Mail Illustrations channel, you can see that. You don't have to watch the whole 9 hours, but you can kind of go through it and see what was going on there. So, and then there's also different stuff in the playlist too. So, but thank you for stopping in. And I might have some music on. I play a different array of music. So, you may or may not like it, and that's okay. Not everybody likes everything, right? But I put it up there because it's royalty-free music, and the overlords don't try to shut me down. So, man, I'm hoarse. Look, I'm hoarse because of the fact I had to lay on the cold-ass ground today. All right? I'm going to gripe a little bit about this amazing situation I had to deal with. My first question is, why? If I can, why do automotive makers make everything so tightly fit that you have to have baby hands to be able to fit in certain areas, right? Like, I have long fingers, and they're very, very keen, very like ice picks, jab, 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 like poke your eye out kind of straight. But the problem is, as you can see here, I kind of nicked myself earlier, busted my hand up. I'm all a mess. But there's only so much that I can do. And then I lost my tool because my hand was wedged. So all I was working with was the tip of my finger and the back end of this knuckle. So I was like, that. I don't even understand how the hell I did anything. But why? And I think it's because you want people to just go to the shop and then they do their silly shit with their dumbass tools, right? That's what I'm gathering. But what do I know? I just do art. I don't know technical things, right? So, yeah, but that was a struggle. But I found out that, with perseverance and a lot of well, I didn't really get upset. I just kind of got tired. The tool dropping was probably the worst. And then when I was trying to take the pipe off, there was a lot of coolant that shot all over the place, which was kind of a pain. But, I did something new today, and I learned a new skill. And that was something cool, so I learned something new. So it's always good to learn something new. You're never too young or old to learn something new. But you might have a smooth brain, and there's nothing you can do about that. And what does that mean? Well, that's just basically saying that, you don't have very deep thinking and that type of stuff. But, not everybody is to that degree. Damn. See, I knew that was a problem. That right there, damn it. Whatever, I don't care. That little nodule right there is a piece of paint that's dried the wrong way. That was because of a bad brush, right? Bad brushes can leave little imperfections like that. But yeah, that's where that came from. Now we're going to do this for this man's face. Now you might be wondering, what are these things? And I can tell you, I don't know. See, I was just thinking about, how do shadow men move from one place to another? And I always thought, well, I think that they would just, just go on ahead and just jump through a portal. And that's what I got up here. It's like a stairway kind of thing. But yeah, it's kind of cool. I think it's kind of neat. But what you think? You think it's time to turn on the music? You think it's music time? Is it time? A lot of mad ones aren't here tonight. But, it's the beginning of the year. Well, not beginning of the year. Beginning of the month. Damn, it feels like it's the beginning of another year. Shit. But, people probably got a lot of stuff going on. School, children, things like that. Everybody always got things going on and happening. This time of the year is weird because, everybody's doing the fall stuff, right? And now, right now, even though that Halloween's over, now they're doing all the extra fall stuff. Like, oh man, let's do fall festival stuff. Let's go outside and do these hay rides. Not that anybody's doing a hayride on Tuesday. I mean, hell, somebody could. I don't know if anybody's doing one on a Tuesday, but they could be. You never know. There we are. See, when I think about interdimensional portals, I think about like an organism opening up. Hit the music. Oh, okay. Too much empty space. Too much silence here. Have at ya. You asked for it. Jazz music? What do you think, I'm a DJ? I'm not a DJ. Jeez, man. You know what? I'm going to start charging you guys. I'm going to start charging for this. You want jazz music. Okay, look, if it wasn't for you, because I'm over here on another screen, but if it wasn't for you, fine. I will change the list. I don't have much. Jeez. Picky. There. I hope you're happy. It's hot. I'm going to take this thing off. So you guys got to see me. I'm real. So, you know, I'm a real person. I'm really here. Is that better for you? Man, I'm over here like a one-man band. I'm over here playing the drums and the guitar and playing the harmonica and stuff. I'm over here looking like a silly man. You know, banging around on a drum and all that. Nah, I don't mind. But no, I always think of like it being like an organism. Like a, kind of like a, I wouldn't say an eyeball, but this thing would like actually move a little bit. You know, kind of pulse a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Kind of like a jellyfish in a way. You know, because nothing would actually make any sense here. Everything would be kind of different. Why? We don't know. You know, but that's what I think. And that's what I've seen on the other side with the Mad Doctor. You know, because we go over here all the time. That's usually how it happens. We go over there, we get something, come back, and then, you know, he starts experimenting, and then we get wild, weird stuff like, I don't know, nuclear nuisance, you know, that you know, just a super brain and a baby, you know, like, what are we doing here? That technology came from here. Now, you might think I'm insane. No, I'm just a very good story writer, and I know how to just shoot off the top, right? Like, I can just, everything. This world I physically live in is a playground of madness and chaos, right? All I'm doing is I'm just surviving in this mad world because I look at everything as being silly. Kind of like a bunch of clowns with, like, you know, clowns wearing New Balance shoes. I am. I mean, well, here's the thing. Here, I'll put this down so I can, because I talk with my hands. If I didn't show you a good time by just being myself, then that means I would be fake. And nobody wants to come here and see a fake person. But when you come here, you get to see legitimately an artist who is insane. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm fine with being mad. Because my art reflects the reality I'm around. Like, this here is kind of a reflection of the CERN machine that people keep turning on. You know, I always say that you got friends on the other side, right? So these are like the shadow men on the other side, and they take the staircase into the portal, which comes through on our side where the machines are at, right? But that's just where I'm at. That's where my mind is at. I always think of the things that people don't really look at, right? So I just kind of take a peek at that and just kind of play around in that area. And I haven't had nobody come up and look for me yet, so hey, you know, I think I'm doing okay. But yeah, no, it's just I'm just an artist that thinks that this world is insane, and we should just try to enjoy ourselves as much as possible within reason, as long as we're still here. Because the only way to survive a mad world is to be a mad person. And that's why everyone that's a fan of the Madman is a mad one. Because we're mad. Hope that makes sense. Got it. Cool. Cool. That's not jazz. There. This is going to be hard. Just so you know, I listen to a lot of dance music and club music because, well, for the longest time growing up, I was a club kid. So my music reflects. I don't go to clubs now because you could probably get gunned down, and I just don't want to deal with that kind of shit because that's crazy. You know, I'm there to have a good time. I'm sorry that somebody ain't having a good time and can't talk to women. You know, that's not my problem. There's no reason to go in there and gun the place down because you have no game. Which I think that's the reason why. I think that's the reason why people do like that type of violence, because they just don't have the skill points to do what they're trying to do. And then they make a fool out of themselves, and then they gotta come back and get justice for their broke ego. So sad. So if you're wondering what I'm using white calligraphy ink, which is also acrylic based ink, so it mixes with acrylic paint. You know, it kind of works together pretty well. So that's what I try to do, try to keep the mediums at least in the same wheelhouse as like acrylic or whatever the case, so they can somewhat work together. You know, they may not be designed to work together, but it's such a thing as called force manipulation, right? And that's pretty simple. You just kind of make it work, right? And it will. There we go. So we're not going to spend too much time in this, right? So we just want just enough to kind of just make it make sense. And I also want this guy to... Oh yeah, that's one of those broken looking bodies. There we go. Is it a disembodied spirit? Not really. I wouldn't say that. I would say that they wouldn't have no physical shape or form. It's more or less like a person's shadow, like moving. Something coming through. Well, this person right here is about to walk through there. They're waving, see you later, right? So they're about to take their walk up that path to go up there. That's what I'm doing here. I'm drawing the transition, right? And then I'll come back through here with some black ink and try to make that make sense. There we go. Hey, yeah. Well, I don't think it's going to listen to me because I changed it, but it's going to everything else it wants to go to. Yet again. Boy, what a mess. Hey, Bean, how you doing? Will you use blacklight paint? I think this one has blacklight paint. I'm not sure. I think that might be blacklight paint. I do have blacklight paint pictures back here though in the stack. So hold on, I will get to those in a second. There we go. All right, this one's almost done. There we go. All right. There we go. Bang. Alright, done with that one. On to the next one. It's going to be like that. As soon as I get done one, turn and burn. Right? That's how we're going to do this. I get done with one, I'm just going to just throw it right out the window. And it's gone forever. Boom, boom. Right? Just like that. Over with. Don't care. Just throw it right out there. We'll be ready to go. No, I ain't gonna throw it out there, but detail. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm out of ink. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, danger. Damn. Hold on. Here's something. A learning moment. Mel can teach you guys something involving with this type of ink. So, if you can see in here, there's caked up residue around the edge. This happens whenever you have too much oxygen hit calligraphy ink. It tackies up. This, of course, is going to dry. I would not recommend doing this unless if you've done it before, but an X-Acto knife is good to use. Cut away from yourself. Not towards yourself, but away. But yet again, I would say, if you're not comfortable doing it, you might want to use some hot water, some soap. It's also good. You might have to let it soak. But if you do it, it can pill like this, right? But you have to be very careful with it. You got to get in there and turn the jar as you cut, laying the blade flat, so that way you get a nice clean cut. And with that, it comes off just like so. You see, that's all it is. And now it's back to usable, normal, everyday, back to regular television programming on PBS. You can still watch Mr. Rogers. I'm just being silly. But yeah, that's all you got to do. But be careful with X-Acto knives. You can even use them for paintings, but that's a whole different thing. I've tampered with. I don't really want to show anybody on here because it's slightly dangerous. It's kind of a risky thing. And I don't want to be held liable in case if someone doesn't know what they're doing. Oh no, I'm out. That's the end of it. I might have thin it and use this as a wash. Here's something that you can do with this. Whenever you run out of your calligraphy ink in your bottle and it's like this, put a little bit of warm water in it or a little bit of water in general, and you can make a wash out of that so you don't have to lose it. Little things because they get expensive, or sometimes they are from a different country, and that saves you from having to pay that extra money to it, right? So let's go on ahead, put this back up here. Oh boy, let me change it again because it's not jazz. Sorry. See, I don't even know what's what anymore. Like, everything runs into each other. I'm sorry if this isn't up to par. Let me see if I can find another jazz song. Nope. This one's good. I like this one. This painting is going to be different once I add this black outline to it. See that? There we go. Alright, look at that tree. Bam. Oh boy. There we go again. Oh. Well, whatever. It just is what it is. I can't figure it out now. Because now it's acting silly. It's pulling everything now. So it's not even... This song ain't even in this file. So, now, well, that's fine. Who cares? Oh, that's why I got this. I remember now. There we go. Now these trees look like they got a little bit more oomph to them, right? Man, I'm squeezing the shit out of that jar, man. Damn. I didn't realize. I'm like, man, my tip of my finger's hurting. I'm like, oh man, I'm squeezing the hell out of that thing. You can tell if somebody is a hyper-focused fighting game individual, because if they start focusing on something, they'll grip really hard. I used to play competition fighting games for a little while, and what do you mean? Like, I actually did the circuit, ran around different arcades and different little tournaments and stuff, but you know, it was too much. It was at a time where gaming's like competitive form, like professional gaming, wasn't really a thing yet. So people were doing it, but it was like, oh, you're one of those bozos, right? It's not like a cool thing now. It was kind of like, oh, you're a square, you know. There's a lot of nerd stuff I've done, and I don't care. Like, you know, a lot of people don't realize how much of a nerd I am until I tell them or I show them, and they're like, "You're a real nerd." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I am. Yeah, no, it's you know, it's always good to be a streetwise nerd." Keeps you from getting beat up by Batman. Well, Batman beats up everybody. I mean, he doesn't even beat up people. He paralyzes them and says it's justice, right? That keeps you from getting in trouble, I guess. Batman's a menace. But Spider-Man's no different. I mean, Spider-Man likes to put weapons and suffocate people. Superheroes are kind of shit, if you think about it. I think superheroes are just like bad guys that people are somewhat tolerable of. You know, it's like, well, he did save my cat, but he could kill everybody in the neighborhood. That is true. He has thermal vision and all this other stuff. It's like the Flash if he started robbing banks. Who's going to stop him? No one. No one. No one's going to stop him. Could you imagine if the X-Men were like actually like a special ops group? Like they didn't even do stuff to help people. They were just out there stealing tech and overthrowing countries, man. You know, I think about that about my superheroes. I'm glad Spider-Man didn't mutate. Boy, he could have been something terrifying if he really wanted to. I mean, people have done it, different dimensions and all that kind of stuff. Uh-oh, this might be too much dance. I don't care, whatever. I gotta... There we go. Alright, so now I can do this, a little bit of that, alright. And then we're going to do this here. like so, right? And then just get a little bit of that. A little dollop of daisy here, you know, root up the ground a little bit. We're almost at that 300 mark. Yay! Hey! You know, I gotta cheer myself on. I'm getting there. 268, I think now. 67, 68, something like that. We're almost there. If we can hit 300 by the end of this year, that would be great. I don't know what I would do. Maybe I'll auction, raffle off a painting or something. It might not be anything big because of like shipping, right? You know. But I try to do something like that. There we go. Okay, on to the next one. There, alright. Alright, I need to get a small brush for this. Okay, almost had a little bit too much ink there. I hope Hope everybody's having a good time. There we are. Oh, well, here we go. Damn. Here, let me try this all over again. Hold on. Damn, I gotta like gotta reopen the whole freaking thing. There. It should act okay now. Okay, cool. I'll add some white paint to this. There we go. Alright, let me put this lid back on. Okay, let's see. Let's get some of this in here. Love the colors. Thank you. And my shoulder. Alright, I think this one might actually be done. I'll probably come back to this tomorrow before I seal it. There. Alright, that one's done. Now we're just moving along. Oh yeah, both these pictures, right? Both of these, same place, same planet, right? Same planet. No difference. Same planet. Right, there you go, he's right. Is that my phone? Of course. That's the best that's going to be, because there's a lot of hard paint lines there that I shouldn't even be fooling with it, but that looks good enough. It has a bottom. This isn't to this painting at all. This goes to a different one. That's a whole different painting. Ah, here we go. Actually, I'll probably just turn the whole damn stack around. Probably be the easiest thing to do. There we go. Right? Now it's time for us to finish this.
You wanna do,
There we go.
what you wanna do,
Yeah, because it's this dude in a boat. Yeah, he does. It's googly eyes. Like, the eye is like one big over-exaggerated eye. Right? Of surprise. There we go. So you can kind of see it in the bottom. I like it. It's good. I think after the show, I want to take a break on painting. I'm going to go back to just doing comics for a little bit. Probably for the end of the year. If I do anything, it might just be like time lapse for posters that I'm going to put on the shop, but I want to take it easy. I'm only going to finish the Ninja Turtle painting from this point on, just doing the Ninja Turtle painting to finish that, and the Terminator painting to finish both of those. But and I'll still do those on Sundays. I'm going to have to take a break from this for a minute because I'm like psychologically wore out from this. And I never want to hate painting. I just need to take a small break. I mean, I've been going hard for a minute. I mean, maybe that's good. I don't know. I mean, shit, I've never been a person that really looks for that. A spaceship flying out of the water? Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Submersibles. All I do is I paint the stuff and draw the stuff that I hear about. I hear about people talking about shit shooting out of the water all the time. So I figured, why not? You got an unsuspected man thinking, oh man, I'm going to just ride on my little sailboat out here in the ocean or out here in this great lake or whatever, in this deep body of water near some cliffs, and I'm just out here having a good time, and then boom, this bastard shoots out of the water and it ripples all the way to the coastline, right? And you're just sitting there terrified, water spewing all over the place, and it's quiet, because that's what they always say, these damn things are quiet. So it's just this splash and you don't hear nothing. You just kind of feel a hum, kind of like if you're standing next to a transformer and then the bastard shoots off. Just boom, gone. And, there you are out there by yourself. What am I going to do? Good grief. Took a time out for that, from that grind, recharge your energy. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to take 2 months off. I mean, I'm really just, like I said, that's all I'm going to do is just that, and then just 3 basic things, right? Like, I'm not going to be sitting here trying to do a damn painting every stream or every 2. And I mean, you guys think about it. I get 3/4 of a painting done in 2 hours. That's how long I stream, and majority of the time I get pretty much almost the basis of it every time in a 2-hour time frame. Or I do one of those manic panic streams, which I enjoy them. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy being on here and doing that, but it's kind of like a double-edged sword. But yeah, I mean, I need a break, and it's always good to take a break. You grind all the damn time, you'll never be able to enjoy your spoils if you kill yourself in the process trying to grind all the damn time, right? So I'm going to take a break because that's good advice. Dutch has also mentioned that before too, like you need to take a break from time to time. But I'm stubborn because And I don't need to be this way, because who am I trying to impress? Who am I impressing out there in this world? Like, really, people like what I do, or they don't. And that's cool. I'm not trying to, I just enjoy what I'm doing, and I'm just sharing it with you. And if you get inspired, cool. That's my whole thing. I'm not trying to be too much with this shit. That sucks. But yeah, no, I just wanted to have enough material for this show, you know, so. I know what some people are going to be, you ain't got no damn Christmas stuff. No, I don't. I don't care about Christmas. So no, I didn't put that shit there. I did other types of art. I'm not there for your holiday art. I just didn't feel like doing it. And plus, the only picture I have is Santa and his elves, and I cannot take that. New Year will bring new materials. I have an idea of something. I just don't want to say it out loud because every time I say something of importance out loud, something always ends up happening. So I want to keep my mouth shut. But I will say this. I'm going to be doing something next year. I have an idea, and it's a thing I wanted to do throughout the year. I just want to just keep working on until it's complete. Another full year project if I got the time to do it. There. Alright. Yeah, I know I'm bad about being hard on myself. I try not to be, but it ends up happening. Something I'm working on. Trying to cut that out. Oh, man. This one looks to be good. This one doesn't need anything. Just needs to be sealed and put away. So that one's cool. This one I think is good too. I think I can just seal this one, so that one's good. This one, on the other hand, let's see what we can do here. Make this one a little bit more pleasant. You cannot understand what it is. Don't worry about it. It's literally just a storm cloud. That's all it is. It's just an abstract piece. It's not even supposed to really. I didn't have any real understanding or meaning to it. If you get something from it, cool. Cool. If anything, I would call it the storm, because it has all different types of waviness of a storm, the cloud. Ooh. There we go. Oh, the black and white? Yeah, I mean, he's not, I wouldn't say he's an alien, but I mean, I guess he could be something. Because he's just a black and white creature on there, right? So, I mean, it's easy to say whatever you want. It could be whatever. There we go. I guess so. I guess being insane for it to work would possibly help. There we go. Alright, so that's good. Hey, Asmodeus, thank you for showing up. So yeah, this one's good to go. That one's done. Oh, and this one just needs to have this guy over here worked on. Two little things. Yeah, pretty much. It's going. Okay, so this is gonna be weird. Alright, let's see if this will work. That's fine. If you need to see them up close in person, that's fine. Okay. What is the story? What is the story to that art? What this right here? It's I don't know. Really. Sometimes I don't even have any name or story. Like it's like meeting, I don't know. It's just like a pocket oasis in time and space. I don't know, it's just there. Here, let me help you out. Okay. Spacesuit. Water. Light. Spacesuit with another man. Pocket hole dimension in the chaos of the void. Spewing out. That's what's going on there. And now we're back here. This one's done too. Once that dries up, I'm going to basically finish that. So here, we're going to do this the only way I know how. Right? I'm just going to go through here and try to dust the background with some white calligraphy paint. You know, it's pretty much dusted back there as much as it possibly can be. So we're going to just come through here, do some detail work on it, and then once we get some lines and some detail on it, then we're going to get out of here and might chat for a few minutes if you guys want to talk. Someone throw in the chat if you want to talk or not. Let me know. I don't want to waste your time if you guys don't want to, or if you have something you want to chat about. Damn, I did it again. There's another hump of paint. Here's, I'm going to tie it all together for you, okay? Here, you guys ready for it? No, you don't get a 7-day curse, but I'll show you exactly what ended up happening, right? So, these eggheads punched a hole in time and space, which ended up being here. And then when they walk through, hey, I'll see you later, turns into them doing this. So this happens before this, which brings those things out. These two are kind of connected, right? So every painting has a, a heads and a tails, or heads and tails, right? Most of these do, right? Remember, like I said, heads, tails, right? Same universe, same painting. I could sell them as a bundle. Okay, so now since the floor is like that, I want to keep the floor kind of offset like that. I'm going to put some white onto... Man, I'm tired. Whatever. Anyways, I gotta put white on these. Damn. That's funny. I was thinking about this song earlier. You know, I think of this song, when I think of this song, I always think about like Piccolo aura farming to this. Right? Now you can see it. Like, now you can see it. Like, you can't get it out of your head now. Alright. There we go. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's about as much as I can get today. There we go. There it is. Yeah, boy. It's pretty. Alright. Well, got enough time to just do this. Uh-oh. Looks like it's 10 o'clock. Well, you know what that means. It's time to boogie on out of here, I guess, right? Okay. Well, man, did quite a bit tonight. And as for this is practically done. I got to do another layer of overlay for some color for the skin. And I'm not going to go too heavy on it because there's still a little couple of splotchy areas. But for the most part, that's it. Cool. Nice. So, let me go on ahead and turn that off. And I can trim that down. Oh boy. Well, anyways, thank you all for let's try that again. Thank you very much for coming to the show tonight. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you had a good time. Maybe you were inspired, or maybe you just wanted to see me do some work and you had a good time with that. Either way, I'm glad you were able to be here. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you don't mind. Like and share. That way, you know, we can help this channel increase on what's going on and allow me to do a little bit more for you guys. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something motivational to say, but I guess I can leave you guys with this. Can't be angry forever. Right? Anger doesn't last forever. You can't be mad forever. Somebody might in the chat say, oh, but you can. I can put it this way. There once was a person that gave me a lot of grief in my life. And I came across this individual's social media page today, actually. Today. And I'm not angry with them anymore. I used to, not using this word lightly, used to despise this person, but now I don't. I'm just glad that they found some kind of peace in their life, because that's a person that will never go very far. And sometimes you gotta be like that. Sometimes you have to just do that, you know, kind of just let it go and just be like, good for you that you got something, right? Because anger doesn't lead you anywhere but to an early grave, or alone, or both. It ain't worth it. Anyways, I'm out of here. I will see you Thursday. This is what's happening on Thursday. I want to get all those books. Hopefully I can get them printed either tomorrow, which I'm hoping I can get everything printed. If I'm able to, I'm getting that punch machine, and I'm going to have to coil bond. So you guys let me know, because I mean, that's literally what I'm going to be doing. I need to do that. So if you guys, or putting varnish on stuff. So, I mean, we can sit here and chat, and you guys can watch me do that if you want to, or I don't have to stream that day. I don't really know if you guys want to see all of that, but it'll be there so you guys can see it Thursday, because I have to get this done. So anyways, I hope you guys stay mad, embrace the madness. I will see you soon. See you Thursday. Bye-bye.